Hello YouTube, this is Silver Age Dave. Today is Tuesday. I'm working on a quick Wednesday video. I don't know how quick it's going to be. It's going to be a couple of different things today. I have a Keeping the Promises little update. It's not really a Keeping the Promise, but it's kind of a cool story, maybe a tip. I don't know what's all in it. So I have that and just a few other things I want to cover. One of them is I added something to my comic room recently, and I'm not sure why I didn't have it before. During the contest, I got to know quite a few of the people that entered, and I have a great respect for people that have served our country. So I brought one of these from home, and I thought, boy, I want to have one in there. So I think, it's just something that should be in my room. If you think, hey, that's a good idea, put one in your videos or in your room. And it's not really a tag video, but heck, you know what? Make it a tag video. Silver Age Dave says make it a tag video. Put a flag in your next haul or your next video. And just a little shout-out support for people who have served. So, thank you for that. I wanted to talk about, real quick, there's a newer channel, DS Comics, and I was watching one of his videos this morning, and he had that's DS Comics right there, and he had a real interesting question. He was talking about Werewolf by Night number 32. I'm gonna walk over here and I'm gonna grab this, and he did a real nice comparison between some other things, other books and titles, and he basically said, why is this so expensive? He's basically saying he would like to have one, and he's having trouble substantiating what the cost is to come in contact with one. So I had responded back, I'd left a comment on there, and I won't repeat all that. And then to tie that to something else, I've been seeing these issues quite a bit, which I don't know what's going to come of these. There's people that are buying them in multiples. I am. I know a handful of other collectors are buying them in bulk. Some other people are saying, hey, I'm staying out of the game. And, right or wrong, there's some covers, getting back to Werewolf by Night, there's some covers that just carry a high price tag. They just always have. Whether you're a Moon Knight fan or not, it's a special kind of cover, and it just holds a high value. So as for the Spider-Man 795 and 796, and I'm buying a bunch of 797. So far, I'm real happy with these covers. I think that this particular cover is going to stand up. Even if there's nothing happening in it, I think that is a cool cover. That's just Silver's 2 cents. It's certainly not investment advice of any kind. I just think it's a neat cover. I can't really explain why Werewolf by Night carries the high price tag it does. But again, in my opinion, it's a real cool cover. So sometimes you throw the logic out and you just kind of go with that. So I just covered up kind of what I was gonna talk about in my Keeping the Promises. Quite a while ago, I had purchased, here, I'll put this back down. I had purchased this issue, and this is where the tip of the day comes in. I bought this on eBay. I was hawking auctions. I knew I wanted a copy of it or another copy of it. And so I'd been studying it pretty well for quite a while, and I had resigned myself, I'm probably not going to buy one because it's another one that carries a high price tag. And then on a weekend when not a lot eBay was going on, this popped up, and it popped up with a lot of other good books, and some better than others, but this was, in my opinion, it was the top of the heap, and it was priced pretty well. But the seller had no prior sales, no nothing, no experience, no positives. And so I reached out. I sent an email, or a message through through eBay. And one of the things that I ask sellers to do is I say, hey, send me a picture. And back then I was able to send a cell phone number. I don't know if you can do that now, but I said, send me a picture, and I want to see your thumb, and I want to cover the moon, or I want to have my thumb under her chin. Or so I've done that many times with new sellers just to verify that they actually own a copy of whatever it is they're trying to sell. And so the seller did that. She sent, I ended up buying it. I said, hey, it's real high. Can you cut it? And she cut it really a lot. And in my opinion, I stole the book. But her story was she had inherited a whole lot of books from a very good friend out in California, and he collected a lot of stuff. And when he died, he just left her everything and said, hey, just whatever you want to do. I don't really have family. Just disperse. So I received this issue about 5 days later. After buying it, and I was so happy, and I went right back on her site and I said, hey, I want to buy everything. I was going to try to negotiate with her, and someone else beat me to it and bought most of the stuff. But she reached out and said, Dave, I feel real bad that issue wasn't maybe in as good a shape as I had thought. And I think she got caught up because of the gray tone that Bernie used on this. It looks like it's a beat up old cover, but in reality, I think the cover's in beautiful shape. So anyway, she and I talked for a while. She had my cell phone, so she actually called me and we talked for a while. And I said, oh, no, it's fine. I love it, and everything's good. Well, then a week or two later, this box shows up. There were initially a lot more in here, but I've dispersed some. And she just sent a note and said, hey, you know what? You paid a lot for that one comic book, and these were what I had left over that I hadn't listed yet. And I just thought, and she gave her friend's name, I just thought he would like that you had them. So I'm just going to flip through them. And I've rebagged and reboarded all these. But this is what I ended up receiving basically for free, along with a very, very, very well-priced House of Secrets 92. These are in, not perfect condition. This one's pretty beat. They had some of these, Lois Lane stuff in here, some of the Superman family stuff, and I should have probably taken a few out so I can see them. I'm going to stand up. So this is basically, very cool. I think there were a few more. I want to say there were 8 or 10. There was Vault of Evil, Tomb of Dracula. There was some other stuff in there, and I've already dispersed, like I say, some of them into other boxes. As I'm doing the room reorganization. But I happen to be thinking about her when I was thinking about these unique and interesting covers, and I thought, as long as I still have some of these together, I'm going to go through them. And I'll try not to make this be too long a video. Shazam #7. Man, I used to read a lot of Shazam as a kid. That was always a cool superhero to have a book. That one I always thought was just a neat cover. And I know I have another one, but just something about it that I thought was neat. Okay, so we've got Dead Man. Okay, and then it got into some of these, which I've been kind of focusing on as of late. Some of the stranger titles, and I'll just flip on through these. Try to make some space there. DC Ghosts. Those were kind of giant sizers. Deadpool 2323 showed a copy yesterday that was pretty cool on his little live stream. A cool ghost cover, almost a cover swipe of a Batman or Detective Comics. I forget what you had said it was. And so I thought, we'll just show these. Do a little Deadpool 2323 shout out. Maybe I'll put his his link in the description. Probably everyone's subscribed to him already. I'll put his link right in there. If you haven't subbed him, that's a serviceman. I think probably retired serviceman at this point, but Navy guy. So a good guy to support. Hoosier Nerd. He's also a retired Navy guy. And he's got a nice channel. I'll tell you what, Hoosier Nerd, I'm going to put your stuff in there too, so you guys can sub both of them up. So we got Ghost Manor, a couple of those in there. Just some neat issues to have. I mean, for her to send me the box for free, and you know, the cost of shipping, everything got to me and it was in nice shape. You know, needed rebagged and reported, but what the heck, I buy boards 1,000 at a time and bags the same way, in bulk. Hey, coincidentally, my funny video I did yesterday, my Vincenzo C apology, I think, guys, that I've hit it big. I had shown that video to my my daughter last night, and then guess what queued up right after that was a funny cat video. And I don't think there's any bigger compliment to your YouTube status. If a funny cat video is following your video, I think we'd all agree you have made it. So I'm probably going to be shopping for a bigger home, maybe a sports car, jet skis, all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, that's pretty serious right there, that cover. It's not EC serious, but it's pretty serious. There's some cool DC horror in there. I was never a big horror comic guy. I had them, but I was never big into them, and I've got a different appreciation for the covers now. They're just neat. A lot of work that goes into them. I got 2 copies of this. I don't know why there were 2 in there, but that's pretty good. Like having doubles. Oops. Alright, so we're 12 minutes in. I don't know if I mentioned it. What I'm going to be doing on, I'm going to make my, generally my Monday through Friday videos, I'm going to make those into the Silver Age Dave kind of stuff that you know, that I love to do. And I think on Saturday I'm going to do more of a, you know, might be lessons or something like that. But this Saturday I posted that running video. I got a great response out of it. And I'll tell you what, we're all getting older. Everyone's getting older. And if anyone feels inspired to do anything, to get out of the house, to go for a walk, go for a jog, go for a run, any of that kind of stuff, anything healthy, breathing in the fresh air, if I'm any type of part of motivating someone to do that, then I feel great about that. So Saturday, there might be a little comic book stuff in there, but I think I'm going to devote that a little bit to my personal challenge, trying to get healthier, and hopefully that maybe inspires someone else. So if you don't want to watch that kind of stuff, Saturday videos are generally going to be that, unless I isolate them. So guys, that I think is going to be it. With that, this is Silver Age Dave. Remember, I am tagging you. Anyone who watches this, put a flag in one of your videos if you feel like it. Don't feel obligated. I'm not the boss of you. This is Silver Age Dave, signing out.